Christmas, everybody. Hi, I am the Arthur Reed, and I am, for those who don't know me, I am a personal growth coach, leadership coach, and I really just want to go on today on Christmas Day for those who are joining me live. For those who are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. I hope that what we talk about today will be very helpful. So today is December 25th, 2021. It's Christmas Day. And I was out walking my chocolate lab chip, and we have, and I know you can't see it, but in front of me, and I'm on my phone today, but in front of me is like a little like man-made pond. And in that man-made pond is a some ducks. And I was walking my dog and I saw a group of about five ducks just waddling on the water and just having a great time. And I thought, wow, where was I this time last year? And I do a lot of reflection. So I will take milestones, Christmas, the holidays, or a new year, or summer, or when school starts, things like that. I will take those and say, and evaluate where I was the previous year. So when I thought about where I was this time last year, so Christmas 2020, I really reflected on how far I've come in a short amount of time. And so then I thought about the people and people like me who have gone through so many things over the last 2 years. And so this day is not a joyous day for some, it's not a happy day. It's a really tough day, and it's a day that makes you really, you may not even want to get out of bed. You may not even want to be around your family or friends. You may not even want to celebrate. This video is for you. So when I thought about where I was this time last year, I asked myself five questions. So my first question is, where where was I this time last year? And so physically, I was going through some personal things. And so I was living with one of my friends and her two kids. So you can imagine Christmas morning for the kids, they were excited, joyful, happy. And unfortunately for me, I was like really sad. And so I was a little angry, a little bitter, and a little sad. So where was I physically? I was in the house with kids who were joyful. The house was decorated. They were happy to open gifts and celebrate and have brunch. But for me, I was not in that place. So my second question is, how did I feel this time last year? So in addition of being sad and feeling lonely, feeling hopeless, I would say. I also felt like I didn't know what was going to happen next. I could not, at Christmas 2020, I could not even imagine Christmas 2021. And that's really not like me. Normally, I'm a forward thinker and a forward thought leader. Like I look to the future. And so for me, it was a it was really it was really a sad day, to the point that I just hoped that the day would just pass, and that I would, I guess, not feel that I would wake up and it would be the 26th. So I really felt that way. And so that's the second question. The third question is, what did I do that was helpful? So the day came, right? And so the one thing that I did do is I did attempt to be a little celebratory because of the kids that were in the house with me. Excuse me. The other thing I did that I tried to do is I tried to make a plan for my day. So even though I knew I was gonna just be low key, I tried to make a plan to make sure I ate that that day for Christmas 2020, and that I kept watching movies or something to not just be in the bed. So that was two things that I did that were helpful to help me get through that day. My fourth question is, what did I do that wasn't helpful? And so for me, it wasn't helpful. It's okay to have wine and have alcohol and to drink. But for me, what wasn't helpful was I like purposely got like 2 bottles of wine, and I was like, I am gonna drink wine all day and lay in the bed. That was not really helpful because what it did was it did not help me, and that it just made me moody. It made me just pretty much I was, really intoxicated by 1 o'clock PM. It just it didn't make the day go any faster. So it really didn't help me. And then I ate food like pizza, like deep dish Chicago pizza, which I like, but I can't eat a lot of it. But I ate it like it was like the best thing ever, which wasn't good for me either. So when you're going through things, try to do things that will be helpful for you and that will help you not only get through again that day, but that the next day you feel okay. And so remember that. Um, and then my fifth question is, where am I today? So again, this time last year, I was staying with a friend. I really couldn't see my future. I didn't know what the next Christmas 2021 would look like. So where I am today is that I'm in a much better place. And I think that the things that I went through last year did help me get to where I am today. But I would not be where I am today wasn't for personal growth. And so that's the part that when I was walking my dog earlier and I saw the ducks kind of like, swimming in the water, I thought about personal growth and how personal growth is that it's the catalyst for us to push us in that direction that we need to go. It's the thing that helps us to make it through those hard times. And for those of you who follow me, for those of you who watch my videos, you know that I really started my personal growth journey in 2020. So in July of 2020 is when I really got serious about personal growth, what it meant, studying it, understanding it, teaching it in a mastermind. Um, that's when I discovered and I had never heard this term before, but self-limiting beliefs. I never heard that until someone told me that. And I was like, what does that mean? And once I discovered it, then I was like, oh, there are so many things in my life that I'm limiting myself because I believe this story or I believe a narrative or I don't have hope or faith. And so the personal growth journey that I went through, even though I had, December, especially December, probably from the 20th until December 31st, I struggled a lot. But I will say that going through and focusing on my personal growth, identifying those areas in my life that I knew I was being held back, realizing that, wow, like God created me for such a time as this. So even though I may have felt like giving up, I may have felt like throwing in the towel, I didn't because I knew there had to be something better on the other side of this. And so I just encourage you today, and even after for those who are watching the replay, just think about the areas in your life that you have um, self-limiting beliefs. Think about those areas in your life where you think, I don't know how to get to the other side. But even today, no matter how you feel, take time to reflect, take time um, to be there for other people. Because the one thing I didn't do, I didn't say this earlier, but the other thing I didn't do that was helpful, that was not, the other thing that I did that was not helpful, to be honest, is um, I like separated myself from people. So even though it was COVID and we weren't getting together with our families in person, um, my families had a Zoom virtual thing. I have like two, three families, right? So one of my families had like a grab bag, and they had, I think, Christmas bingo or something. And I was like, I'm not going. I'm not signing on Zoom. I'm actually gonna not do anything. My other family was like, we're just gonna get on the call and see each other and talk to each other. And I was like, I'm not doing that either. So I separated myself from people, and that was not helpful. And so I just recommend, and I encourage you today, or whenever you're watching this, to just pick up the phone, answer the call if somebody calls you, respond to that text. You never know who else is going through what you're going through, or just feeling a certain way, and you can help them if you just be there for someone else. And when we're there for other people, believe it or not, it really, really helps us. So that's the other thing that I did that I just remember that was not helpful for me. And so I recommend you do not do that. But I do recommend that you really surround yourself with people in whatever way that looks like. So I wanted to get on and share that with you and say Merry Christmas. Hopefully I'll be able to do another video for New Year's Eve, because I do want to talk about New Year's Eve and how we, get go to the next level in our next year. So that being said, keep going, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Bye for now.